Hello students and welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Shefali Nagpal, Associate Professor at Human Resource Development Center, Bhagat Phool Singh Mahila Vishwavidyalaya, Sonipat. We are continuing with the paper Development of the Management Thoughts, Principles and Types under the paper Human Resource Management. Today we will discuss on SWOT analysis, the very important concept in the management. After completing this module, you will be able to learn about the SWOT, to understand the importance of SWOT analysis and to analyze the strategic aspects of the SWOT analysis. Let us start with a brief introduction to the concept. Over the past few decades, one strategic management technique that has gained an increased acceptance or which has rather excelled in the field of strategic planning is SWOT analysis. Despite all its popularity, most users have no idea about when and how this technique evolved and who can be credited with the conceptualization or development of this analysis. History of this method is somewhat elusive, but largely the evolution of this concept can be ascribed to Albert Humphrey, an American management consultant. Evolution history of the SWOT analysis, if we go back, it discusses while working on a research project at the Stanford University sometime around in 1960s or 70s, Mr. Alford developed an analytical tool to evaluate the strategic plans and to find out why corporate planning failed. He coined this technique as SOFT analysis, where S stood for what things are satisfactory at present, O denoted what opportunities can be there to be explored in the future. F means false in the present and T signified the threats that could surface in the future. While majority agrees that SOFT is the predecessor of SWOT, some believe that the concept of SWOT analysis emerged separately and has nothing to do with the SOFT. How SWOT evolved from SOFT? The first mention of the term SWOT can be tracked back to the long-range planning seminar held in Zurich in 1964. In this seminar, Urich and Orr opposed the concept of SWOT analysis, which was derived from the SOFT, by replacing the F for false with the weaknesses. With its initiation, promotion in the Britain, the concept soon gained recognition among the strategic planners and management consultants the world over. The emerging concept of SWOT matrix. Another important development in the history of SWOT analysis was the development of the SWOT matrix. In 1982, Dr. Heinz proposed the use of 2x2 matrix for carrying out the SWOT analysis. This matrix was initially popular as TWOS matrix, which is another name used for referring to a SWOT matrix even today. Ever since the 1980s, the SWOT interest management professionals and forms an integral part of the strategic planning mechanism. Looking at the history, one can see that a lot many similar concepts were introduced by the various researchers, but none of them survived for long. In fact, some of the tools were very similar to the SWOT. History is a proof enough to prove that the SWOT is by far the best and the most widely used strategic planning tool. Students, let us understand the concept of SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is a process that identifies an organization's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. Specifically, it is a basic analytical framework that assesses what entity, usually a business, though it can be used for a place, industry or product, can and cannot do, or factors both internal as well as external. In internal, we include strengths and weaknesses. In external, we include the potential opportunities and threats. Using environmental data to evaluate the position of a company, a SWOT analysis determines what assists the firm in accomplishing its objectives and what obstacles must be overcome or minimized to achieve the desired results. Where the organization is today and where it can be positioned in future. As the name states, SWOT analysis examine the 4 elements. One is strengths. These are the internal attributes and resources that support a successful outcome. Second is weakness. These are the internal attributes, resources that work against a successful outcome. Opportunities, external factors the project can capitalize on or use its advantage. Threats, these are the external factors that could jeopardize the project. Once the SWOT factors are identified, decision makers should be able to ascertain better if the project or the goal is worth pursuing and what is required to make it successful. Often expressed in a 2x2 matrix, the analysis aims to help an organization match its resources to the competitive environment in which it operates. Let us break down the SWOT analysis. It is usually presented as a square with each of the 4 areas making up one quadrant. This visual arrangement of the information provides a quick overview of the company's position. Although all the points under a particular heading may not be of equal importance, there are some insights to be had in the seeing how the number of the opportunities measure up to the number of the threats and so forth. Elements of the SWOT analysis. When using the SWOT analysis, an organization need to be realistic about its good and bad points. Analysis need to be kept specific by avoiding gray areas and analyzing about the real life context. For example, how do the organization product and services compare to those of competing firms? SWOT analysis should be short and simple and should avoid complexity and over-analysis, as much of the information is subjective. Thus, companies should use it as a guide and not as a prescription. Strengths. It describes what an organization excel at and separate it from the competition. Things like strong brand, loyal customer base, strong balance sheet, unique technology, and so on. For example, a hedge fund may have developed a proprietary trading strategy that returns market-beating results. It must then decide how to use those results to attract new investors. Weaknesses. Stop an organization from performing at its optimum level. They are the areas where the business need to improve to remain competitive. Things like higher than industry average turnover, high levels of debt, a small supply chain, or lack of capital. Opportunities refer to the favorable external factors that an organization can use to give it a competitive advantage. For example, a car manufacturer may be able to export its car into a new market, increasing sale and market share. If tariffs in the country are substantially reduced, there is an opportunity in this case. Threats. It refers to the factors that have potential to harm an organization. For example, a drought is a threat to wheat producing company. It may destroy or reduce the yield of the crop. The other common threats include things like rising cost of input, increasing competition, tight labor supply, and so on. Now let us discuss about the advantages of the SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is a great way to guide the business strategy meeting. It can be mighty to have everyone in the room to discuss the core strengths and the weaknesses of the company, and then to move from there to defining the opportunities and threat, and finally to the brainstorming ideas. Often the SWOT analysis that you envision before the session changes throughout to reflect the factors you were unaware of and would never have captured if not for the group input. It can be used for overall business strategy sessions, but it can also be used for the specific segment of marketing, production, or sales. This way, you can see how the overall strategy developed from the SWOT analysis will filter down to the segments below before committing to it. You can also work in reverse and do segment-specific SWOT analysis that feeds into the overall SWOT analysis. When drafting a SWOT analysis, individuals typically create a table split up into the 4 columns to list each impacting element side by side for comparison. Strengths and weaknesses won't typically match listed opportunities and threats, though they should correlate somewhat since they are tied together in some way. Bille, managing director of the Royce Leather, noted that pairing external threats with internal weaknesses can highlight the most serious issues faced by a company. Once you have identified your risk, you can then decide whether it is most appropriate to eliminate the internal weaknesses by assessing the company resources to fix the problem, or reduce the external threat by abandoning the threatened area of the business and meeting it after strengthening your business. Internal factors. The two letters in the acronym S for strength and W for weaknesses refer to the internal factors, which means the resources and the experience readily available to you. The examples are financial resources, physical resources, human resources, access to natural resources, trademark, patents, copyright, current processes, then external factors. External forces influences and affect every company, organization as well as individual. Whether these factors are connected directly or indirectly to an opportunity or threat, it is important to take note of and document each one. External factors typically referencing the things you or your company do not control, like market trends, economic trends, funding, demographics, relationship with the suppliers and partners, political, environmental and economic regulations. Once you fill out your SWOT analysis, you will need to come up with some recommendation and strategies based on the result. Linda Popple, owner and CEO of the strategic communication consulting firm, said these strategies should be focused on leveraging strength and opportunities to overcome the weaknesses and the threats. How to conduct the SWOT analysis? Let us discuss the procedure. Using SWOT analysis matrix. A SWOT analytic matrix is usually depicted as a square divided into the 4 quadrants. Each quadrant represents one element of the SWOT analysis, that is strength, weakness, opportunities and threats. Questions to ask during the process. The easiest ways to start filling each quadrant in the matrix above is by answering a series of the question. Use the list below to get started. Focus on the questions that are the most relevant to your business and current situation. For this quadrant, think about the attributes of yourself and for your businesses that will help you to achieve your objective. The questions to consider under the strengths are: what do you do well? What are your unique skills? What experts or specialized knowledge you have? What experience do you have? What do you do better than your competitors? Where are you most profitable in your business? For the weakness, you can think about the attributes of yourself and your business that could hurt your progress in achieving your objective. The questions to be asked in this quadrant are: in what areas do you need to improve? What resources do you lack? What part of your business are not very profitable? What do you do further in your experience and education? What cost you time and money? For the opportunities, think about the external conditions that will help you to achieve your objective. The questions which can be considered are: what are the business goals you are currently working towards? How can you do more for your existing customers or client? How can you use your technology to enhance your businesses? Are there new target audiences you have the potential to reach? Are there related product and services that provide an opportunity for your business? Regarding the threats for this quadrant, think about the external conditions that could damage your business performance. The question to ponder in this area are: what obstacle do you face? What are the strengths of your biggest competitors? What are your competitors doing that you are not doing? What is going on in the economy? What's going on in the industry? As you can see, using data compiled in the SWOT analysis, one of the most important parts of the SWOT analysis is using the data you compiled to identify new strategies and goals for your business. For example, you can create a plan to build upon your strength even more. List the ways you can work on building up your weaknesses. To set SMART goals for each of the opportunities you identify. Devise a plan to use your strength to decrease the threats you identified. Then look for the ways to combine the data from the different quadrants in even more ways, like Explore how you can combine your strength and opportunities to develop a new strategy. Try combining the strength and threats to identify the threat you can eliminate. Look at your weakness and opportunities to create a list of areas ready for improvement. Make a list of the areas to avoid that fall under the weaknesses and threats. Once you understand how to compile your SWOT data and find ways to use it strategically, the SWOT analysis will be a tool that you can use over and over in your business to explore new opportunities and improve your decision-making process. Listing your internal factors, strength and weaknesses. Internal factors include your resources and experiences. The general area to consider are human resources, which include staff, volunteers, board members, target population. Physical resources like your location, building, equipment, assets, etc. Financial resources include grants, funding agencies, and other source of incomes. Activities and processes include programs that you run, system you employ. Past experiences, it include building blocks for learning and success, your reputation in the community. Don't be too modest when listing your strength. If you are having difficulty naming them, start by simply listing your characteristics. For example, we are small, we are connected to our neighborhood. Some of these will probably be your strength. Although the strength and weaknesses of your organization are your internal qualities, don't overlook the perspective of the people outside your group. Identify the strength and weaknesses from both your point of view and that of others, including those you serve or deal with. Do others see problems or assets that you don't? How do you get information about how outsiders perceive your strengths and weaknesses? You may know already if you have listened to those you serve. If not, this might be the time to gather that type of information. See related sections for ideas on conducting focus groups, user surveys, and listening the sessions. Listing external factors, opportunities and threats. Cast a wide net for external part of the assessment. No organization, group, program or neighborhood is immune to outside events and forces. Consider your connectedness for better and worse as you compile this part of your SWOT list. Forces and the fact that your target does not control include future trends in your field or the culture, the economy at local, national or international level, funding sources like foundation, donors, legislatures, demographic, there may be the changes in the age, race, gender, culture of those whom you are serving or in your area. The physical environment. Is your building in a growing part of the town? Is the bus company cutting the tree roots? Legislation, local, national and international events. How do you create a SWOT analysis? Who develops the SWOT is the question. The most common users of the SWOT analysis are team members and project managers who are responsible for decision making and strategic planning. But don't overlook anyone in the creation stage. An individual or the small group can develop a SWOT analysis, but it will be more effective if you take the advantage of many stakeholders. Each person or the group offers a different perspective on the strengths and weaknesses of your program and has different experiences of both. Likewise, one staff member or volunteer or stakeholder may have information about an opportunity or threat that is essential to understanding your position and determining your future. When and where do you develop a SWOT analysis is another question. A SWOT analysis is often created during a retreat or planning session that allow the several hours of brainstorming and analysis. The best result come when the process is collaborative and inclusive. When creating the analysis, people are asked to pool their individual and shared knowledge and experience. The more relaxed, friendly, constructive the setting, the more truthful, comprehensive, insightful and useful your analysis will be. Every company, even the largest one, that dominate their market has a finite supply of workforce, production capacity and capital. Evaluating the company's strength helps it determine how to allocate these resources in a manner that will result in the highest possible potential for revenue growth and profitability. Management team examine where the company can compete most effectively. The company often discovers it has competitive strength that have not been fully utilized in the past. Improving operations. When the management team look at the company's weaknesses, it is not to assign blame for the past shortfalls in the performance. It is to identify the most critical areas that need to be improved for the business to compete more effectively. A realistic assessment of the weakness also prevents strategic blunders like entering a market with products that are inferior to what well-entrenched competitors are offering. Continuous improvement in all areas of the company's operation is an important aspect of staying ahead of the competitors. Current weaknesses can and must be turned into future strength. SWOT analysis is instrumental in strategy formulation and selection. It is a reliable tool, but it involves a significant subjective element. It is best when used as a guide and not as a prescription. Successful businesses build on their strength, correct their weaknesses, and protect against the internal weaknesses and external threat. They also keep a watch on their overall business environment and recognize and exploit new opportunities faster than the competitors. SWOT analysis help in the strategic planning in the following manner. It is a source of information for the strategic planning. Secondly, it builds the organization's strength, reverts its weaknesses, maximize its response to the opportunities. Fifth, it overcomes the organization's strength. It helps in identifying the core competencies of the firm. It also helps in setting the objectives for the strategic planning. And lastly, it also helps in knowing the past, present and the future, so that by using the past and current data, plans can be chalked out. SWOT analysis provide information that helps in synchronizing the firm's resources and capabilities with the competitive environment in which the company operates. Limitations of the SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is not free from its limitation. It may cause organization to view circumstances as very simple, because of which the organization might overlook certain key strategic contact which may occur. Moreover, categorizing aspects as strength, weakness, opportunities and threats might be very subjective, as there is a great degree of uncertainty in the market. The SWOT analysis does stress upon the significance of these four aspects, but it does not tell how an organization can identify these aspects for itself. There are certain limitations of the SWOT analysis which are not in the control of the management, which include price increase, input or raw materials, government legislations, economic environment, searching for the new market of the product which is not having an overseas market due to the import restrictions, and many more. The internal limitations may include insufficient research and development facilities, faulty products due to poor quality and control. It can be poor industrial relations, lack of skilled and efficient laborers, and similarly many more. Students, let us summarize what we have studied in this. SWOT analysis is a process that identifies an organization's strength, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. It is a basic analytical framework that assesses what entity can and cannot do of the factors both internal as well as external. SWOT analysis is instrumental in strategy formulation and selection. It is a reliable tool, but it involves a significant subjective element. Successful business build on their strength, correct their weaknesses and protect against internal weaknesses and external threats, and exploit new opportunities faster than its competitors. Despite of its limitation, SWOT analysis is widely used in the organization. That's all. Thank you.